What if everything you thought you knew about this team was completely wrong? What if the real story isn't happening on the field, but behind closed doors where the pressure is heavier, the arguments are louder, and the truth is far more explosive than anyone imagined? What if the season you're expecting is nothing like the season that's coming? And what if the players you trust the most are actually the ones causing the biggest problems? Think about it. What happens when a championship-level roster suddenly turns on itself before the first pitch is even thrown? Some fans believe this team is stronger than ever, filled with stars, leaders, and unstoppable talent destined for a championship run. But others see a completely different picture: a divided clubhouse, shaken chemistry, frustrated veterans, rising tension, and a manager pushed to his breaking point. One side sees greatness, the other sees disaster waiting to happen. Both can't be right, so who is? Is this the beginning of a historic season, or the start of a meltdown no one saw coming? When the truth sits between confidence and chaos, the real story becomes impossible to ignore. Something happened behind the scenes, something players won't talk about, coaches won't explain, and insiders are whispering about in fragments. It started quietly, then erupted into a moment so intense it changed the entire vibe of the clubhouse. A slammed door. A furious speech. Players stunned into silence. And afterward, a sudden shift everyone felt but nobody wants to admit. The kind of moment that can either tear a team apart or forge it into something unstoppable. The question is, which way will this story go? Because once you hear what really triggered everything, nothing will sound the same again. Before we dive into this chaos coming straight out of the Dodgers clubhouse, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss any breaking updates, wild rumors, or inside leaks from Los Angeles. Because whatever went down behind those locker room doors has fans stunned, players shaken, and Dave Roberts angrier than anyone's seen him in years. Picture this. The season hasn't even started, yet the tension is already boiling over. People around the team are saying the pressure is sky high, expectations are insane, and the locker room is full of big personalities who want big roles, big moments, and big spotlight. But instead of everyone locking in, something snapped. And according to multiple insiders, Dave Roberts completely lost it in the locker room after a players' only discussion turned into a heated argument nobody saw coming. It started as a normal preseason meeting, the kind that's supposed to bring everyone together, set the tone, and remind the team what the real mission is: win a championship. But things shifted fast when a few veterans supposedly called out some of the younger guys for not taking preparation seriously enough. There were complaints about players showing up late, acting entitled, or relying on natural talent instead of putting in the same grind as everyone else. And that's when everything blew up. Voices rose. Shoes got kicked. Lockers slammed. Guys were chest to chest, refusing to back down. One player reportedly yelled that the leadership in the clubhouse had gotten soft, while another fired back saying certain teammates were acting like divas instead of professionals. And right in the middle of all that, Dave Roberts walked in. The usually calm, composed manager everyone knows, the guy who almost never loses his cool, did something nobody expected. He stormed in, slammed the door so hard it echoed down the hallway, and let loose a furious rant that stopped everyone cold. People inside say his voice cut through the room like a drill sergeant. He was done with excuses. Done with egos. Done with the lack of urgency. He told the players straight up that they weren't winning anything if they didn't fix their attitude immediately. Roberts even called out players directly. No names were leaked, but insiders say he went after both veterans and rising stars, telling them talent means nothing if the team can't trust each other. He reminded them the Dodgers didn't spend hundreds of millions of dollars just so players could act like enemies instead of teammates. And then came the line that froze the entire room: if you don't want to be here, walk out. I don't care how big your contract is. If you're not all in, you can go. Nobody moved. Nobody even breathed. The room went dead silent as Roberts tried to calm himself. Even the players who usually make jokes during tense moments were stunned. One person in the room said they had never seen Roberts this angry in his entire career. But here's the thing: this didn't come out of nowhere. This tension has been building for weeks. Behind the scenes, there have been quiet disagreements about roles, playing time, and leadership. Some players feel overshadowed by newly arrived stars. Others think the veterans aren't stepping up to guide the younger guys. And some think Roberts has let things slide for too long. And after Roberts' explosion, players started firing at each other again, not yelling this time, but cold comments meant to hurt. One player reportedly said, "We're not winning anything if people in here keep thinking they're bigger than the team." Another shot back, "Maybe you should focus on your performance first." These weren't arguments anymore. These were personal shots, the kind that reveal something deeper. A veteran stepped in and tried to calm the room, reminding everyone that spring training hasn't even started and they're already tearing each other apart. But frustration was heavy in the air. Roberts ended the meeting early and told everyone to look in the mirror before they came back the next day. After everything blew up, reporters near the facility noticed something unusual: players leaving earlier than normal, some quietly storming out, others with their heads down. Interviews were canceled. One veteran refused to speak at all. Something had clearly shifted. The Dodgers front office knows what's happening, and they are not happy. They've been stressing communication and chemistry all off-season. They've invested a fortune into building this roster, a roster expected to dominate. But none of that matters if the chemistry collapses before opening day. Some insiders think the front office might step in if things don't calm down soon. That could mean team meetings, private sit-downs, changes in roles, or in the worst-case scenario, internal discipline. Nobody wants this turning into a full meltdown before the season even begins. Fans are already reacting, and social media is going crazy. Some say the roster has too many egos. Others think Roberts has finally hit his limit after years of pressure and constant criticism. And some fans believe this is the wake-up call the team needed, a moment that forces everyone to get serious. Here's the truth: sometimes teams that fight early end up bonding the strongest. Sometimes conflict leads to growth. Sometimes anger clears the air. The real question now is simple: will this moment tear the Dodgers apart, or pull them closer? People inside the clubhouse say things were calmer the next morning, but the mood was still heavy. Nobody was laughing or joking. Everyone was focused and uncomfortable. Roberts walked in, not angry this time, but firm, and told them he expected a fresh start and full commitment. Some players talked privately and apologized. Others cleared misunderstandings. A few still weren't ready to let things go, but progress was happening. Several key players reportedly agreed to set up more team dinners, private workouts, and meetings to rebuild trust. They know what's at stake. Fans expect greatness, the front office expects results, and the championship window won't stay open forever. The Dodgers have everything: talent, coaching, depth, offense, and one of the most loyal fanbases in baseball. But chemistry can ruin everything faster than any injury or slump. Insiders think Roberts' blow-up might actually become a turning point, something the players look back on and say, "That's when everything changed." Managers around the league say sometimes you need that moment of fire to reset the room. Roberts picked the right time. Fans want to know if this is just smoke or a real fire inside the Dodgers clubhouse. From everything being reported, it's real. It's intense. But it's also fixable if the players choose to fix it. The season will reveal everything. If the Dodgers start hot and dominate early, people will say this moment lit the spark. But if they struggle, this story will only get louder. Rumors will grow. Pressure will build. And the spotlight will get even hotter. Right now, the Dodgers are at a crossroads. They can either lock in and chase greatness, or let ego and frustration tear the season apart. Roberts made it clear he'll accept nothing less than full commitment. Now it's up to the players to decide what this team is going to be. So stay tuned, because this season is shaping up to be one of the most dramatic and unpredictable years the Dodgers have ever had. We'll keep you updated on every twist, every rumor, and every behind-the-scenes moment. And trust me, this is only the beginning. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of breaking Dodgers news. Things are heating up in Los Angeles, and you'll want to be here for all of it.